Morris Diaz checked in for Gobert. Johnson comes in for Derek Favors. Guns checked in for Hood. And it's A-Train in for George Hill. And Hayward, for his size and strength, moves his feet pretty well defensively.
Yeah, underrated defender. They say he plays a lot of tennis. That's where he gets his lateral quickness from.
Here's Baldwin. Daniels takes the mark. And finished off by Martin.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
But look at the basket guy still shaking. And there's the call on A-Train. That is his first foul of the game.
Okay.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The Jazz making a switch here. Brooks is checked in. Baldwin the pass to Daniels. Cutting the screen. Passes it to Baldwin. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points. They just talked that one up to a little miscommunication. I'm sure they'll get on the same page. Almost got to that shot in time, just a split second late there. Caught it just barely on its way down.
Here's Ennis, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Outside, Martin. Ennis dishes to Martin. Ennis kicks to Martin. Here's Baldwin. Here's Davis. No good there. And it's Utah the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball. Their offense came fairly easy to them out there. The D wasn't rushing them to do anything, and because of that, they made a lot of smart, calculated decisions that turned into easy points.
And the Grizzlies with possession here, following Prez's 3. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Memphis shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Shooting Memphis. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Martin. Here's A-Train. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas. And one note to make. This team recently waived Denver Levins. A bit of a surprise given how big a role he played in the chemistry in the team.
And everyone on this team is a pro, but you have to wonder if it will slightly impact how they play. I know Prez and others were tight with Levins, and it's never easy to lose a guy you're close with.
The play of Orange Juice just hasn't been the talk of the team. It's been the engine as well. The whole team, the entire team playing better with the new duo on the floor.
And I think in part it's...
And Derek Favors, known for his...
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year. Just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is too. How far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire.
And I approve that still.
Commitment. You need to stay on the court.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, they were in total lockdown mode there. Can they keep it up for their entire game? It remains to be seen.
Down low, the tough pair of Zebo and Gasol. Then it's Ennis, then it's Conley, and it's Daniels in at the 2. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Utah wasn't going to let Gordon Hayward go to Charlotte. They matched that offer sheet a couple of years ago, and now he's growing into his role as the go-to offensive player for the Jazz. But it's his versatility that really makes him special. He said, I have to be active and have to affect all parts of the game in order for us to be a successful team. Indeed, Kevin, he does a little bit of everything.
Sure does. Thank you, D.A. And right now we're seeing the rise of great passing in the NBA, so valuable offensively, obviously. Is it a natural talent of players, or is it a mentality? Is it a learned aspect of the game? How would you classify?
All of the above, Kevin. There are some guys that make the right pass, but they see the open guy they're hitting. Then there's some guys that can see 2 plays ahead and see the play developing. And then there's some guys that got to learn how to become passers. You know, you have a lot of, as long as you pass it, it's pretty good. But then there's some guys that just gifted.
Who are some of the guys that you mentioned who can see a play or 2 ahead? Who are some of those guys that have that kind of feel for the game?
Like Chris Paul. I mean, he sees the floor so well and see the play developing before it happens. LeBron James is another guy like that. Rondo is one of the best, I think, in the business. A lot of guys being able to see the floor. Ricky Rubio can see the floor pretty well. So a lot of guys, I think, can really pinpoint passes and see the play develop.
The pass to Randall. That doesn't go either for Randall.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Randolph can't hit.
Even though he couldn't quite convert the layup, I like him being in attack mode.
Here's A-Train. Another miss by Utah. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep in the shot. Conley with it now, guarded by Prez. There's Conley. Again, Conley missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Yeah, there it is again.
Now that's how we play the game. Bring it in, let's go. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
He's added some post moves and a nice mid-range jumper.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Martin's checked in. And that does it for the first half of play. Utah out in front.
Thank you, Kevin. All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Now stay focused, guys. Let's win this game and go home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down. And this he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Troy Daniels comes in for Tony Allen. Then for the Jazz, Young comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's A-Train in for George Hill. So on the floor for Utah, Favors and Gobert, the defensive big man pair. Rodney Hood out there with A-Train. And it's Young in at the 3 slot.
And whenever there's a man open, Gasol will find him. An all-around team player.
Now here's Prez. Covered by Conley. Prez, no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Ennis. A 3-pointer off the mark. Jazz leading by 11. Here's A-Train. Tries again. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for Utah.
And really, it's been the guards who have powered them into this substantial lead. They say it's a big man's league, but tonight, it's all about the little guys.
2 shots. Left on the first.
And the first one drops.
A lot of organizations obviously want to win now, but what I like about the Utah Jazz, they built this roster patiently, letting their young talent develop. This front office has taken a long view, not looking for shortcuts.
Johnson, he's checked in for Gobert. And he makes both free throws. And for the Utah Jazz, of course, Salt Lake City, not a big free agent destination by any means. In some ways, Hasn't that, Steve, influenced their approach a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. They can't get the big names, unfortunately for them. They've done it through the draft, and they're trying to do it by developing a lot of their young players.
Down low, here's Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Justice Young.
You know, the former second-round pick, Marc Gasol, one of the most dominant centers we have in this game.
And right around the 2016 All-Star break, Marc Gasol's season was cut short. Broke a bone in his right foot, had surgery, and Stevie was gone for the rest of the season.
That's a huge blow for the Grizzlies because that's losing their best player. And a guy that's 7'1", he's done everything right. Lost a lot of weight, but sometimes those 7-footers, they put a lot of strain on those lower extremities.
Burks, he's checked in for the Jazz. So he gets them both. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Young in the corner. The Jazz working the ball around now. There's the pick. Johnson, the pass to Favors. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. That's now 8 points for Derek Favors.
Good, solid screen there by Perez. A team player who does everything for his squad.
On the wing, Daniels. Randolph inside. Johnson on him. And there it is for him. Randolph's got 8 points in the quarter.
He has been right on the money tonight. If it weren't for that, they'd be much further behind right now.
Stolen by Michael Conley. It's good, and the Jazz leaders cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Zach Randolph.
He has flat-out dominated this quarter, hitting shots at will. Yet they still find themselves behind.
Count it, good. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Conley dishes to Gasol. Pass to Daniel. 6 to shoot. The turnaround. It's good, and the Jazz leaders cut down to 9 in the bucket from Zach Randolph.
So much sharper, so much more efficient with his shot this half. Just taking what the defense allows.
Here's A-Train. Misses off the right iron. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And is with the ball. And Burks picks him up defensively. Daniels gives to Ennis. To the middle. Here's Gasol. Burks pulls it in.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Here's Favors. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now Ennis still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Daniels passes to Randall. Over in the corner, Conley. And the 3 off target. Young with the ball. Jacks up a 3. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Jazz lead 5-14. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And so many players in the NBA, Smitty, are some changes here for the Grizzlies. Marcus All checked in for Davis. Ennis comes in for Jarrell Martin. And Allen subbed in for Baldwin. The Jazz also changing it up. Derek Favors checked in for Johnson. Young comes in for Rodney Hood. And it's A-Train in for Exum. Conley and Allen working once again together in the backcourt. Carter out there with Ennis. And it's Gasol at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Third team foul. At the line for Jets, Rudy Gobert. At the line for 2.
And he can't get the first one.
The Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, really making an immediate impact with his rebounding and his shot blocking ability.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Martin's checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for Ennis. And Baldwin subbed in for Mike Conley. Utah also making some changes. Boris Diaz checked in for Favors. And it's Dante Exum in for Gordon Hayward.
We always talk about Rudy Gobert's defensive impact, but now on the offensive end, he is never going to be a post scorer, but rolling to the rim, he has good hands and plays above the rim offensively.
And the shot goes down.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Dion. Kicks it to Young. Young off a pick from A-Train. Just 5 on the clock. Young's shot is off. Allen. Missed. And so it's Utah with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Gordon, nice win for you guys tonight. What was the difference?
Energy, I think.